It is Non-League to Legend. It is episode 29 of Non-League to Legend. We're here with you today for the first game of the new Level 8 season. We are here against Hyde United away from home in the EvoStick Northern Premier League. In terms of where to start, I think the first place to start is a season preview, and we are predicted to come last. We've made some signings though. We will go through those signings. And I actually think now that I've looked at our squad compared to everybody else's and throughout the stream, we are currently live. First time I can say in a YouTube episode that we are currently live on stream, City Liverpool. Link in the description below. Come follow us. If you love your Non-League The Legend, you can come watch it live and all the action unfold. We've made a few signings. I actually think that we are decent in what we do. And I actually think that we can definitely, hold our own to an extent. I think that we can stay up, and look, if someone told me that you would finish 19th this season, take it right now. But I think that's the goal, just to stay up. Anyway, Hyde, as you can see, down in 12th, and they're meant to come about 14th, I think it was when I last checked, and I didn't really take a look then, but I checked like a week ago, and it should not really have changed since then. But obviously, we're going to get into the transfer and the transfer history. As you can see, we have some players on the ins. On the outs, obviously, it's just frees that go out, nothing for money at this level. But we have made some signings. The first one I'm going to start with is Russell Tuttle. We call him the Turtle, and we probably should nickname him. He's just here on a hot prospect contract, amateur contract as well. We do have a few part-time contracts this season. For whatever reason, level 8, I could offer part-time contracts, and players wanted to be on part-time contracts. So we've tied down some of our best players that won't leave, like the Luke Denson situation last season with 2 games to go. Anyway, Russell there's got a bit of speed, he's got good crossing. We know that kind of links up well with our wingers, and obviously he's come from Coventry, so from a decent level. Ollie, though, is the starting new right winger, and you can see why. He's obviously got very good, a little bit of pace, a little bit of stamina, a bit of natural fitness, so he's always going to be fit. Got some great potential, even though I'm a strong believer in lower league, that because they don't train full-time, they never really hit that potential. He's obviously got decent technique, good teamwork, work rate. Obviously there's a few good stats, a few good things for him. The big one for me is he's got 14 free kick taking. We needed a free kick taker, and he ticks that box. And he's got 9 corners, which is the best corner taking we have, and he's already in pre-season putting some wonderful balls from corners as well. So he's going to be the man that is going to step up for free kicks, corners, you name it, and hopefully deliver some deadly set pieces like Lee Hendry, our assistant, did in his first season at the club. Anyhow, we then went and signed Ben Turner. I wanted someone with a little bit of experience, and Turner has the experience in and around this level. A lot of times at Sheffield, who are the equivalent in, I think that is Ireland. I also think that he's played in the EvoStick already, a couple of times at Bell Pepper Town. And for Matlock, Preston Cave was where he was for the last few seasons, which is on the north side. On the west side and the east side, and then it's coming to us to go up a level. And I feel like he can definitely play. If you look at him, he's obviously very good physically for the level. He's very good technically too, and he's not too bad. And I think as a no-nonsense fullback, I feel like he's a bit limited because I feel like he can definitely go forward. But as a player that gets on the ball, playing out, going with some longer range passing, I feel like Ben Turner's going to be the guy. Next up is Dale. Dale Porter's coming up as a backup player, but a player that I really do love. He's got the big determination. Physically, he's pretty good. Reminds us a lot of Dizzy. And he's got great passing and first touch. When this guy gets out there, he looks to keep it and keep it simple. Take that touch, play a pass, drive forward with his physicality. I really do like this guy at the moment. He's played a few lovely balls in pre-season as well, which has gone well. We'll touch on pre-season before we get into it. But Dale looks quite good. In the end, though, our best signing, our best piece of work was a centre-back. We looked everywhere for a centre-back, and Luca Walker came in on a part-time contract with a bit of potential, but the kid is only 18. He's already got 10 headering, 9 marking, 12 tackling, 13 jumping reach at 188, some decent physicals. Pace obviously doesn't really matter too much at this level, especially with the deep line we play as well in our counter-attacking 4-4-2, our very defensive countering 4-4-2. Good determination, decent leadership as well, could grow into a captain if he actually developed. Came from Field, and, on a free, feel like it was pretty good. In terms of the squad looks not too bad. It's in pretty good shape. I feel like that's our best first team. We have a good bench. In level 8, you can have 7 on the bench as well. I think big prop needs to go to Lewis Troke, and pre-season he was sensational. He came off the bench, scored a hatful of goals, which was great. I think if you can go to his history, you can look at non-competitive. 3 games off the bench, 1 start, 3 goals, pretty good. Also, Dudley and McDonald are still here as well. Our new captain for the season is going to be Louis. McDonald kind of accepted that he wasn't really the best captain. And I put in Ollie as vice captain because he's actually signed a part-time contract for the next 3 seasons. I kind of didn't mind that with that sort of potential. And if we get promoted a little bit, he might stick around. His value might go up. And maybe a Vanarama national side might take a punt on him for a couple of K. That would be nice as well. But I feel like if he wanted 3 years, I wasn't going to say no. But, he's vice captain as well. He's got some good leadership too. I feel like we're in a very good spot in terms of the squad. If you look at the star ratings, I am a big believer that obviously if you have the stats, the star ratings don't matter. But obviously we had a few star ratings that were a bit last season. Half a star goalkeeper in Ben, a 1.5 star. We had a half a star centre back. Fullback. It wasn't the best, but now. That looks all right. Centre midfield looks good. Winger looks all right. Nathan Bondswell had a very good preseason, still 3 stars. So I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of preseason, though, didn't lose a game. We did draw a game against Abbey Hay. We played that really attacking Sunderland 4-4-2 in that game. We were 1-0 down, then 1-1. We were 2-1 down, then 2-2, then 3-2 as well. 3-2 down, and then we made it 3-3. Just defensively, it doesn't look as good as the counter-attacking 4-4-2 because we sit so deep. So obviously that's what we're going to start with today. Hyde I'm expecting to be quite difficult, but it'll be a good judge of how good we actually are. We played Hyde once, and that was in the FA Cup many moons ago. A couple of seasons ago, they knocked us out. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, it will be Ben Sauter in goals, and then, Brett, sorry. I'm so used to saying Ben because of Ben. Anyway, it will be Turner, the new boy, with Swain and Luca Walker, Sumner, Bondswell, Louis, Birch, Rose, McDonald, and Jack Dudley up front. Obviously, we've got a good bench. We've got good pace off the bench in terms of either wing with Hunter and Turtle. Obviously his nickname. This does worry me though. Hyde are playing 4-3-3 with 3 strikers, and that's usually OP. The game kind of goes out of whack. I'm going to tell the boys we owe Hyde after what happened last time. Usually gets the boys revved up. All I know was an FA Cup loss. I can't really remember too much about it, but it was at some point an FA Cup loss. Anyway, I think it was. Unless it wasn't an FA Cup loss actually, now that I think about it. I reckon it was an FA Vase loss. Anyway, ball in the little, in the Kelly, and off we go. Be interesting to see how we go here in this first game. Look, if someone told me we're going to get a point away from home, take it. Anyhow, off we go. There's some big teams in here. FC United got relegated from Vanarama National North, so we've got to deal with them at some point, and they're going to be absolutely sensational with the players they've got, and they're probably going to whoop us. Anyway, it's a free kick to Desiree. Hits it. Ben doesn't have to push it away. Only as far as Kelly cuts it. In the end, it's volleyed, and Bondswell with a great block, and it's still 0-0 just. Getting a bit of a dry throat, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Rory Swain heads away as far as Jack Dudley, and we get through that first, little highlight. Look, if we were to stay up this season, it'd be great. Obviously, good consolidation, and then we can obviously sign better players on top of what we got now, and then anything's possible the season after. But, it'd be interesting to see. Anyway, North Ferriby United just went 1-0 up against Cruz Ashton, who obviously is another team that probably would be very good in the league. Anyway, Little down there with the ball. Running forward is Little into Hawks. Hawks now with the ball. Still Hawks in the Kelly. Kelly now into Cook, who puts a great ball in back stick, kind of eliminates the goalkeeper. Curtis is there. We're 1-0 down. It's a great ball by Cook. And in the end, it is 1-0 right on the stroke of halftime. Would have been nice to get into halftime 0-0, but it was a great ball there. Kelly with the ball. Great ball out to Cook. Cook there. Great ball. Early ball too. Takes Brett and goals kind of out of it. And there we are. Anyway, 45 minutes played. Oh, what a time it would be to score if we could fathom a chance. Jamie into Rose. Rose there into Louis. Louis' ball out to Nathan Bondswell. Great first touch. He's in there. What a touch from Nathan Bondswell. Great ball from Louis. And he kind of gets the run of play. We've scored with only a handful of seconds left on the clock before half time. In typical City of Liverpool fashion, always fighting. We make it 1-1. Turner there to Jamie McDonald. Good ball into Rose. He kept it well to Louis. Louis' ball was great, but look at the touch from Nathan. Kind of eliminates his man, knocks it past him, taking the game on, going forward. Keeper comes, but can't get there to narrow down the 1-on-1 close enough. And it is 1-1. And there we are. Away from home, like I said, if we would take a draw. 1-1 in the end is great for us. 1-0 would have not have been. I'm happy with the performance so far. Keep it up. Obviously, important to keep morale quite high in a season I'm expecting to lose a lot of games, but try and stay up. And obviously keeping the dynamic of the group and morale higher, it would obviously brings hopefully some better results. Anyway, Serrato on the ball. Still highlight going. Goes long. Ball in there. Dudley knocks to Jamie McDonald. Good ball out there to Nathan Bondswell. And I tell you what, the highlight's still going. Got numbers in the box. In the end, Bondswell had a chance to swing it, didn't. And then Sumner missed it. Batson now. Ball over. What a ball to Cook, who's in. And just like that, 40 seconds in, we go from an opportunity to get a good ball in with numbers in the box to 2-1 down thanks to a Sumner mistake. And that 4-3-3 being very pesky playing with three strikers where they just seem to overload both centre-backs and always have space. You know, if we get a ball in there, look how many numbers. 1, 2, 3, especially Ollie at the back stick. Rose would have just eaten that alive. Instead, Bondswell didn't get a ball in like he usually does. And it's 2-1 now, back without it. Anyway, time ticking away here. You know, in terms of subs, I know that Dudley is our main goal threat, I do think, for this season as well. But Lewis Trick had a very good pre-season. I might give him opportunity here a bit earlier than I normally would to try and do something. Anyway, Ben goes long. Nothing Ben could have done about either goal. Great ball though to Jamie McDonald. Great touch. Runs inside. Jamie, you had a chance. Unfortunately, though, puts it over. Could maybe take Jamie McDonald off and go Dudley and Thing up top. I think Jamie McDonald probably deserves to stay out there. Anyway, Little's off though. That's a second yellow, and he is. And we are playing against a 10-men forward side and moving to a weird sort of 4-3-3 defensive midfielder. Anyway, with that in mind, I am going to switch to the 4-4-2 a bit more aggressively in terms of attack. Going to go to advanced playmaker there for Louis, who's had a decent game. Birch hasn't. I'm going to actually get Dale in as a central midfielder, but a bit more on attacking because he's pretty good at that. I'm also going to get Lewis Truk in there for Dudley. So I feel like Lewis Truk, in the form he's been in pre-season, can nab us a goal. 70 minutes played. Hopefully we can find something. I'm going to tell the boys just to push forward a little bit more. And tactically, if we go to opposition, let's press. Press them all. Try find the ball. Try get ourselves a goal. Anyway, time going to tick away here. It's a highlight. And we will stay on this system. We do equalise too. You know, we might push for a winner here. Anyway, Potter's already on a yellow. And he takes his time, finds Rory. Also on a yellow already too. When I say already, 77 minutes. Just not great. Anyway, Sumner with it. Into Nathan. Bondswell now. Looks inside. Louis. Loses out. Batson now running with it. Chance in the break. Good ball into the space. Desiree is in. Unless Serrata bails us out, which he does, it would have been game over. In the end, good save by Brett, who has kept at the level. One of the reasons why we signed him. But hopefully, we can defend this corner and work an opportunity up down the other end. Good ball in there, headed away. And Kelly can get on it. And off we go. Could take Ollie off. Could also bring Carl Noon on. I feel like with the 84th minute, what I might do is I might go to free up front. That will be bringing on Dizzy up top. Not really use Dizzy as a striker too much, but he can play in there. He's not bad as a bit of a pressing forward. I feel like as a pressing forward on support, you know, it helps the midfield free out and gives us an opportunity and allows Truk and himself, Truk and McDonald to run off him as two poachers. Analysis, please. There we are. And off we go. I feel like that's what we're going to go. We're very attacking as well. And just see if we can maybe work something here. You know, there's not long left. Hopefully we can find something. I'm going to tell the boys yet again to push forward with 4 minutes at a time. Is there going to be a highlight? Are we going to get a loss in our first game? It has to be now. Dizzy. Ball in. McDonald! Touch! Oh, he didn't shoot. Oh, Jamie. Should have volleyed first time. Should have flicked it on. Even after his touch, should have then touched and volleyed. Instead, he tried to bring it down to ground. Oh, Jamie with a big chance. We're unlucky there a little bit. Unlucky, boys. I thought we were actually alright. You know, in that game, I thought we were okay. Conceded in a couple of moments that, you know, but we definitely had our moments to get back into it too. Away from home is always difficult. And first game in level 8 is going to start with a loss. Nothing that we can't, you know, control or fix. You know, Frickley coming up and so on and so forth. You know, I reckon at home, if we can be solid at home and then away from home, whatever happens, we'll be okay. Anyway, I'm going to continue on here. In terms of the episode, that will be the end of episode 29. In terms of episode 30, I do, because we are up to level 8, we don't have to play in the first extra preliminary round. We're just going into the preliminary round of the FA Cup. So that game will be next, because everybody loves a little bit of a cup run, especially in the FA Cup. So hopefully we can gain one by getting part in the preliminary round. So I'll see you next time for that episode. It'll probably be in about a few weeks' time. And I'll bring you back a couple of league results, hopefully a couple of league wins. But from Damien, from the City of Liverpool, for Non-League Legend, that's the end of episode 29. If you did like the episode, give it a like, go subscribe. Link in the description below. This is the first time we stream City of Liverpool on Twitch properly. So if you want to come watch City of Liverpool live, please follow the link below. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're watching from. Thank you guys, and goodbye.